Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. He has been traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
A few months ago, the Philadelphia 76ers traded away Jared McCain. At the time, most people thought it was just another small deadline move. A young guard for draft picks. Nothing too crazy. But now, McCain is helping the Oklahoma City Thunder make a finals run. And after his recent playoff explosion against the Spurs, the entire trade suddenly looks very different, because the player Philly gave up on is starting to look like one of the biggest steals in the NBA. Coming into the league, Jared McCain already had a ton of attention around him, not just because of basketball either. He was one of the biggest personalities in college basketball at Duke. Massive social media following, confident personality, flashy style. People either loved him or hated him. But underneath all of that, there was a really good basketball player. McCain could shoot, create offense, play off the ball, and most importantly, he played with confidence. That's what stood out immediately. Even as a rookie with the Sixers, you could see flashes. There were games where he looked completely fearless. Pull-up threes, deep range, tough finishes, big shot making. And Sixers fans started getting excited because Philly honestly needed young talent badly. Joel Embiid was getting older. The roster constantly felt unstable. And McCain felt like one of the few young players that fans actually wanted to hold on to. But then injuries started happening. McCain dealt with thumb and knee injuries during his time in Philadelphia, and the Sixers were clearly trying to figure out whether they wanted to compete now or start thinking long term. And then the trade deadline came. On February 4th, 2026, the Sixers traded Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder. In return, Philadelphia got a 2026 first-round pick and 3 second-round picks. At the time, the move was explained by Philly's president Daryl Morey as,
I'm quite confident we were selling high. Yeah. Obviously time will tell. But the only other high point, and we weren't looking to sell, I'll be frank. Like, teams came to us with aggressive offers for him, and you could say, yeah, that's because he's a good player. I agree with that. We thought this return was above, for the future value for our franchise, what we could get. So the only higher point would have been during his run last season. But otherwise, we feel like we did time this well.
basically the Sixers believed McCain had little value, and they weren't fully convinced he fit their long-term plans. And honestly, some people understood it. The Thunder already had a stacked young core. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, tons of depth, tons of draft picks. So people looked at the trade and thought, okay, McCain probably won't have a huge role there anyway. But that's where OKC completely changed his career, because instead of forcing him into a small role, they unlocked him. And now we get to the moment that changed how everyone views this trade. Game 3 against the Spurs, the Thunder were struggling early. San Antonio came out flying and looked ready to take control of the series. Then OKC's bench completely flipped the game, and Jared McCain exploded, 24 points off the bench. Huge shots, momentum plays, confidence, energy. Every time the Spurs started building momentum, McCain answered. And suddenly social media exploded with the same thought. Wait, why did Philly trade this guy? The Thunder bench ended up scoring 76 points in that game, a franchise playoff record. And McCain was one of the biggest reasons OKC took back control of the series. Right now, this trade is starting to look like another OKC masterclass. The Thunder gave up picks, which they have 1 million of anyway, and added another young scorer who fits their system perfectly. Meanwhile, Philly is left watching one of their most exciting young players thrive somewhere else. And this isn't even about saying Jared McCain is going to become a superstar. That's not the point. The point is that Oklahoma City understood exactly what he could become: a fearless scorer, a momentum changer, a playoff weapon. And after this recent playoff run, the entire league is finally starting to see it too.